All right, guys, Fulu coming to you with another commentary. You know, the more that women use TikTok, the more that they show themselves to be who they really are, and I don't think they really care at this point in showing themselves. And you know, it's only doing themselves a disservice, but it's doing us a service because we know what their true colors are. So let's go ahead and go over a couple of things that were sent to me real quick. Let me see. Now, the first video actually, this woman sees no problem, and she actually has a boyfriend already. But while the boyfriend is at work, she went on 3 different dates. She decided to get wined and dined while the boyfriend is out working. You know what I mean? So let's just see how her arrogant, self-centered, um, despicable behavior is.
3 men, 2 dates, 1
Yeah, 3 men, 2 dates, 1 day.
day.
And that's why I hate about these Western black women, especially, is they use this R&B, this BS R&B crap to basically set the mood for their trickery. You know what I mean? I really despise that so much. You know what I mean? It gets on my last nerves, seriously. The thing is that she's showing her meals, and she's of course putting them on social media, showing that basically she's eating good and that she's eating on someone else's dime. And she has really no problem in doing this. You know what I mean? Because you know how they say, do it for the gram, right? But another thing that needs to be said, however, though, is that she can't control her appetite. Meaning that if you were with her, your food expenses would probably be through the roof. Because she's just showing plates of food, and these aren't light plates of food. These are heavy plates of food. You know what I mean? She's just showing it off in front of us. And then she's, of course, talking with her cleavage all hanging out without a bra on too, with wine and everything like that. And of course she doesn't see a problem in what she's doing. She doesn't see a problem in it.
Time for date number 2.
Now, the thing is about her is, for one, of course, she is wearing all this makeup, of course. For 2, she has a gut. For 3, her body almost looks uneven. And it's it just goes to show you how desperate some men are looking for companionship. You know? I'm going to tell you one thing. She would not get a cent from me. Okay? The most we may do is I may treat her to free cheese biscuits at Red Lobster, but that's about it. You know? Then, of course, women in their self-absorption, I should say the Western woman, that is, and trying to get validated, she has the nerve to do the selfie in front of the mirror.
My man pulled down my dress. LOL.
So she says her man, and the thing is that it's just one of her men. You know, it's not like it's it's basically he's borrowing her for the time being. That's what's happening right now. Is that he's just on borrowed time with her. But that's about it.
My date bought me a new Apple Pencil.
So as you see, women, and especially the Western women, are in it for material benefits and material resources. However, they see no problem in doing these things. They see no problem in using a guy for everything that they need. You know what I mean? But on the same token, they'll tell you that I'm independent. I don't need a man. I can buy my own stuff. I can make my own money and things like that. But they would rather get money from a man than they would make their own money, you know? Because day in and day out, to make your own money is something that, like, men do. You know, we have to do it. Women don't have to do it. Furthermore, a woman is not going to spend money to the extent that a man will spend money on their significant other, or even in this case on a date. You know, when's the last time you've heard a woman actually spend money on a date? It rarely has happened in that way. Now, this next thing is all bad. This is all bad right here, because he has no idea what's going on.
My date bought me a new Apple Pencil. Came home to this from the man I love. Never settle, ladies.
So basically what happened is the man left rose petals and stuff like that for her. She also said never settle, and she's of course not settling because she's juggling men around like the, Wicked Witch of the West she is. Now, the problem is it should have been the other way around. She should have had rose petals for him. He's out there working and stuff like that. She should have been doing the rose pedaling. She should have been giving him a back rub. She should have had food ready for him. She should have had like something that he can come home to relax. But instead, it was the other way around, which shows you how ass backwards this thing is right now. But let's look at this next clip. Let's look at how doing a cock carousel is not shameful whatsoever at all. Let's look at that.
Every time I go to the bar or like the club, like I just always have a one-night stand. You know.
So again, like women will tell you like what they're doing. You know, this TikTok thing is very much like a therapy for these women. Although they need real therapy, but we're not going to get into that. But this thing is kind of like a counselor now. But unfortunately, what it does is it gives men who know that they want a high caliber traditional woman more ammo to stay away from these Western women. But let's continue on with what they're saying.
They say one man's trash is another man's treasure. Not me though. I'm like recycling. I keep getting passed around. I'm kind of tired of it, honestly.
You're not tired enough. The fact that you still are getting passed around means you're not tired of it. Because if you were tired of it, you would basically say, you would basically maybe make a choice to yourself to not be passed around anymore, you know. But apparently, I mean, that's what you like, that's what you want, you know, is to be passed around. You know, the thing is and this is kind of off topic, when these women are passed around, and plus they're using like dildos and stuff like that, you're gonna be very hard pressed to please them. You know, it's gonna get to a point where, you know, it's gonna be like almost like you may need a foot long to please them, because they've been ran through so much that their box is now like the abyss, you know. So that's it's unfortunate, but it's like true, you know. This is what we have to deal with, unfortunately, you know.
The only real thing that was preventing me from having sex and going to fun places was the fact that I couldn't drive. Now that I learned how to drive, I'm basically coochie on wheels. I am basically a mobile coochie delivery service.
And again, you know, she thinks she's proud of that. You know, it's crazy because on TikTok, my video actually got muted and censored because I actually just had a video of you know, I had a video of, I want to say, of me playing some old school hip hop stuff, and I was burning my incense. It was like setting the mood. But the TikTok, they actually censored it. You know, they didn't let me have that video. But TikTok will let these females just show themselves to have no shame. You know, they allow that. You know, they allow them to have no shame, and actually bring young other women down, you know, who may have not yet crossed into that dark side.
All of my friends are men that I have fucked before.
Let that be a lesson to you too. When a chick says, I don't like to hang around with women, I prefer to hang around a lot of guys, know that those guys are hitting her. You know, it's not just for her to hang around. You know what I mean? She's getting like passed around by those guys. You know, don't let it fool you. She's only capping when she says that she that you know, she hangs with these guys and that she's not even hitting them or anything like that. That's just all cap. Don't fall for it.
Like literally all of my like really
literally like besties are just people I've slept with. Whatever.
So again, you see, like, I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, there's nothing really more to say that I haven't said before. You know, I mean, this is just what it is. This is just the times we're living in. Let's go to, you know what I mean? Let's go to this other clip and see how they show themselves.
Tell me you've been single a long time without telling me you've been single a long time.
My remotes have a side of the bed.
Well, one thing I will say is that when a woman has a lot of tattoos and looks like a prison inmate, that's usually a red flag to stay away. You know, that's usually a red flag that you need to avoid this woman at all costs. You know, the tattoos have nothing to do with her being just creative, for her looking at her body as a work of art. It has to do with her being like basically coping. And the best way for her to cope is all these tattoos. But she said she had a place in the bed for her remote. But she doesn't care about this at all. There's no shame with her. In fact, she's actually, it sounds like she's proud of having this.
I don't mean to slut shame, but y'all could be sluttier. You could. So thank you to all the.
So when she says that, when a woman encourages another woman to be promiscuous and be lewd and to, you know, sleep around, it's only because she wants to ruin a woman who hasn't done it yet, who maybe hasn't like decided to go out there and, you know what I mean, just go ahead and explore. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why she says what she says. It's not because she wants to help the woman. It's because she wants to bring her down with her. It's not that she wants a woman to have fun. It's that she wants to cause that woman the same kind of things that she is dealing with. Because like when a woman does what they're doing, like sleeping around and becoming numb to like sex and stuff like that, it does have a lot of psychological effects on them. And they're not able to really like be in relationships, so to say, you know, without any drama, basically.
Very sweet people who keep messaging me being like, girl, you're beautiful. Don't worry. There's no way you're going to die alone. There's so many men that'll want you. Yeah.
I don't know who those people are who were saying that she's beautiful and things like that, but not with all those tattoos, you know, and not with that nose piercing. You know what I mean? I mean, she even got a tattoo on her face.
It's not a lack of options. That's the problem. I'm the problem. I am good at being alone. I don't need anyone for anything. And therefore, I have the most unrealistic expectations of what I would want in a relationship.
So, again, you know, the feminist bomb has hit her. She says she doesn't need anything, and, you know what I mean? She says that She has unrealistic expectations and what have you. So, with her unrealistic expectations, what what unrealistic things is she gonna bring to the relationship that other women don't bring? That's the real question I would have for her. I don't know if she can answer that question, you know. But yeah, I don't know really. Because I'm not into tattoos. I'm definitely not into her. And for the most part, I'm not into white women. You know what I mean? Um, the only thing I can think she can bring would be maybe tattoo art. Maybe she is a tattoo artist. But it was also told to me that this woman, I believe, is a single mother as well. You know, this was told to me. So she's already like bit the bullet.
And unless I find someone that meets those unrealistic expectations, why would I bother?
So I think she has like traits of basically being a narcissist, but also being almost like a sociopath. You know what I mean? Because you have to ask yourself, what if a guy puts in effort to this woman and it's going like unappreciated. Like she won't appreciate the effort that you are putting in to try to make things like work and try to make her happy. You know, what if she just what if she just decides like, you know, I don't care about your efforts. You're still, you know, not on my level.
Don't need anyone. So if I see one red flag at any point, I'm gonna throw that whole human out.
So with her, like, how many red flags do we see with her? Just by looking at her. Many tattoos, black nail polish, single mother, ugly hair. You know what I mean? Like, how many red flags do we see with her? And it's like, okay, well, why are you, what gives you the audacity to think that the same doesn't apply to you? You know?
So don't worry, I don't make these jokes because I'm actually sad and lonely. I just make these jokes because this is just my terrible sense of humor. And, well, I joke about things when they're awkward. I'm not.
Well, what it really comes down to is she's hiding her pain behind like these sense of humor, as she says. Like, you know, she's doing it because, you know, she just has a twisted sense of humor. What it really comes down to is that she's actually just using this as a coping mechanism for the fact that she's single and that she's a single parent and that, you know, she's pretty much had her fun, but it's looking bad for her, you know.
Scared of dying alone. I'd rather die alone than be in a relationship with another mediocre white boy.
So you heard her say what she said, that, you know, she rather die alone than be in a relationship with another mediocre white boy. The only problem is that like the guys that she wants aren't gonna want her. Do you think a guy who is pushing a Ferrari or pushing a Wraith or pushing a Bentley is going to look at her as a woman that he's going to want to build something with? Do you think a man who is like on his square and has a lot of things going on, do you think that he's going to want to even take a glance at her? But yet that's the guy that she wants. You know, this is the guy, these are the guys that she wants. You know, she feels that she is entitled to have those guys. But I don't know why she has not got the memo that she doesn't, she's not in those guys' leagues at all. You know? So with that being said, man, it just goes to show you how TikTok basically TikTok is used for women to show themselves, and that the more they show themselves, the more that guys who are on their square and on their tit dodge landmines, since these women are landmines, you know. But anyhow, with that being said, Fula signing out. Njarama.